I rise in strong support of the underlying base bill, which I think the chairman and the ranking member over the last 4 years have done a brilliant job of trying to deal with an issue and an industry which is not vibrant right now. I mean, the fact of the matter is 20,000 farms have gone out over the last 10 years. And in 2008, when the ink was barely dry on the last farm bill and the financial crisis hit, and we saw dairy prices collapse, about $19 a hundredweight down to $9 a hundredweight. We saw that the last farm bill was inadequate to address that problem. Again, the milk MILC payments were totally incapable of trying to rescue people who, as others have said, saw their equity getting eaten alive by the collapse in prices. The Congress actually had to pass an emergency appropriation. Mr. Obey from Wisconsin, who again was so concerned about his own farmers, we acted swiftly. But the fact of the matter is you couldn't throw enough money at the problem to try and rescue the farms that were just going out all over the country. As Mr. Costa said, when prices go down, the response of most farmers is to produce more. And it just created this vicious cycle where prices kept going down, production kept going up. And what I think the chairman and the ranking member are doing is trying to address the fact that we've got to put in some kind of stabilizers. Otherwise, we are just going to continue to have the boom-bust cycle, which, again, threatens particularly the smaller farmers. You know, Mr. Scott mentioned that the New England Dairy Producers Association from Connecticut and Massachusetts support this amendment. In Connecticut, that organization represents 2 farms. We have over 150 dairy farmers who participate in co-ops, who strongly support the base bill and understand that if we don't address not just the support system, which again, the margin insurance, again, I think is a really thoughtful, smarter, more efficient way to help when we hit these huge price challenges. But the fact is we also have to have a stabilizer to address the other phenomenon that occurs when prices collapse. We're trying to build a system for times of crisis. We're not trying to build a system for times that are good. We build submarines in my district. You don't build a hull for when you drive in the submarine on the surface of the water. You're building it for when it's 1,000 feet below and the stress of pressure is on it. And that's really the real test, in my opinion, about whether or not the Goodlatte Amendment is really going to work if we hit a similar situation like we did in 2009. And I think the answer, based on real life empirical experience, is that it won't, because the tendency, the need to produce more is going to continue if this amendment is adopted. Lastly, I just want to say one thing. Again, Mr. Scott and I agree on the issue of what's going to happen probably later today on the nutrition issue. But the fact of the matter is this is not going to cause a 50-cent increase in a gallon of milk. The University of Missouri, and I see Ms. Hartler is not here, did a study on the stabilization program. If it's activated, it might, according to the study, raise the price of milk anywhere from 1.5 cents to 3 cents a gallon. Over the course of a year, the total cost, would be about $1.56 a week. Okay, so the notion that 50 cents a gallon is going to curb if the base bill is corrected, according to independent, credible studies, in fact shows that that is hardly the case. And again, I just want to salute the chairman and the ranking member for the hard work, the fact that they have been all over the countryside in this country talking to small farmers, big farmers, but recognizing the fact that, we have a fragile system of dairy production in this country. That bumper sticker, no farms, no food, it's kind of simplistic, but the fact of the matter, it is real when we're talking about dairy production. This is a very fragile industry, and the solution that they've come up with the base bill, I think, is one that's built to last, built for not just good times, but also for hard times. And again, I strongly urge people to support the bipartisan work of the leaders of this committee, and I yield back.